Hi everyone, welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings Flight Diary After Route Episode 5. So, Kotori is feeling down after she stalled and almost crashed, and it was because she spaced out, and during the whole test flight for Haruka and aerobatics, Kotori kept feeling that the sky is getting farther and farther away from me. So she did do pretty bad on the final exams, and in the last episode, thankfully Isuka was able to inspire Kotori. So Isuka shares the same feelings as Kotori, and it was like, well, you should pursue your dreams. So Kotori is maybe jealous or upset that Aoi and Ageha already found their dreams. So Ageha likes to build things, and Aoi wants something related to the bicycle. So for Kotori, I'm not sure what she wants yet, but I'm sure that is for us to find out. But right now, Aoi and Kotori are trying to reconnect after the fight. So Aoi will take Kotori out on a date. So it looks like Kotori is trying to get dressed, and she needs Asa for help. There you go. So what's going on? Okay. So you are on a date with Aoi senpai, right? That makes sense. Well, come on, so just hurry up and get me dressed. So, what about Aoi? So, okay, I think this will do. It is the first day of summer break. I woke up early, got everyone's breakfast ready, and then threw off my apron. Everyone's breakfast except Kotori's and mine. Oh man. So it's almost time to go. I gotta hurry and get ready. I rushed back to my room. I changed clothes, fixed my hair, and waited for Kotori at the entrance. And it seems weird to wait for your date when you live together, but also feels somehow fresh to schedule a time to meet. And then, so what happens next? Oh, no, so hat. Okay, the door opens and Asa comes out, but when she saw me, she ducked back into the room. So, I think Asa's telling Kotori, hey, your boyfriend is ready to go. There you go. So, he's excited. I can hear them whispering in the room. And then the door opens wide. Kotori finally appears. So what does she look like? Wow. Whoa. Good morning. Kotori is wearing a dress with the same color as today's clear blue sky. So, are you ready to go? Yes? Okay then. So, we are doing this or what? So have fun! Same with Hat. Asa and Hat saw us off as we left the dorm. So where can we go? Kotori asks, walking beside me. So we are going on a date, but I hadn't decided where we would go. I'm thinking maybe a movie, but that seems a bit too normal. Well, it's okay, so normal's okay, so nothing too exquisite or fancy. The two of us flew together and lived in the dorm together. We hardly did anything normal. We probably had all kinds of experiences most couples never have. Of course, it also meant we did not do many normal things that couples would do either. I couldn't remember the last time we seen a movie. Well, I'm sure it happened in Kotori's character route in the original If My Heart Had Wings. Well, I already checked to see what is playing. So these are the ones I thought you might like. So which movies? I took out a list of movies and showed her. So which one? Any of them catch your eye? This one. The one she points to is a story about a small American town that built a rocket to help revitalize the town. The cast were all old folks or middle-aged men, and it didn't really seem like much of a date movie. Well, I'm sure Kotori prefers watching something that is related to aviation or... Well, I figured that you pick one, or this one. I also added some romance and action movies to the list just for a good measure, but I know that Kotori will pick this one. So there is a showing around 10, so let's catch that one, and we can do breakfast first. So for breakfast, I want to try this one place. Okay. Really? Well, sounds good to me. No, it's fine, so it's my treat, so I'll pay. Well, it feels bad that you're paying everything, so let me contribute some. Fine then. Hey, come on. Kotori and I went to the bakery, and little by little things got back to normal between us. The bakery had a little area to eat in and lots of drinks as well. It is my first time trying a bagel, and it was good. Or great. It looks like a donut, but tastes completely different. The texture is really nice, firm and chewy, and it does not have as much sugar as a regular donut. They also have sandwiches with the perfect matching of vegetables, cheese, chicken, and much more. It is a great breakfast, and Kotori looks pleased. And now they're at Wendy's. There you go. The cinema is crowded since it is the first day of summer break, but I had already gotten the tickets. Most of the couples are of course going to the romance or action movies. The one that we chosen, an old folks win the day kind of story, almost is empty. But most importantly, the movie itself was... And I hope it's not a movie that was unsatisfying. So Kotori likes the movie.
ロケットを打ち上げたいという夢を追いかけてうん十年。あのおじいちゃんたちかっこよすぎよ。
Yep, and those were some cool granddads.
私ラストの飛んでいくロケットをみんなで見上げるシーンで泣いちゃった。
After we left the theater, Kotori kept telling me just how much the movie had moved her with gestures and everything. So it was great, all those feelings, all those hard work, enthusiasm, and the spirit. And they kept pushing through, and eventually they got a rocket that could launch. I got a little worried. She is going to clock somebody walking by with her flailing arms.
あんな風に年を取りたいよね。
Me too.
いつまでも夢を忘れずに空を見上げていられたらいいだろうな。
So what's wrong now? Kotori suddenly loses her good mood as the conversation moves towards the future. Uh-oh. I grab her hand when she finally stops moving. So this is what you're supposed to do on dates, right? So hold hands? Yeah, I guess. Okay, so now we see Aoi and Kotori holding hands. It must have been hard for Kotori, a cane in one hand and me holding the other. We slowed down a bit and walked on together. People passing by glanced at us curiously. Kotori is intent on keeping her balance, so it didn't seem like she is paying attention to the stares she was getting. And for me... Yeah, that's right. So, this is my girlfriend. She is gorgeous, right? I bragged silently and enjoyed the looks. So what do you want for lunch?
まだお腹空いてないかな。
Well, that's because you ate 3 bagel sandwiches, so you ate a lot for breakfast.
だって美味しかったんだもん。葵だって4つも食べたじゃない。
But then again, well, I was a guy, and I'll leave it at that. So, yes, they were really good. The one with the cream cheese and smoked salmon was the best.
ほら、見なさい。
See, so it was good and you couldn't let up. What are you bragging about? Kotori had tempted me into eating too much, and when the bill had come, her face had gone pale. And I wonder how much it was. And it kind of reminds me of that Mr. Krabs clip. So he takes Miss Puff out to a fancy restaurant, and there are so many amenities and service. And when the bill came, Mr. Krabs denied the first bill, but when he got the actual bill, it was way too much. And I don't want to talk about the actual price, so you can go watch that if you're interested. It is not what you call a breakfast price. I have to buy her something nice in return.
今度、ひばり姉にも教えてあげないと。あれはお姉ちゃんが好きな味だわ。
But I'm going to recommend this place to Hibari, sister. And I'm sure you'll have to go with her too.
なんでわかったんだろう。
And what's wrong about that? Well, if Kotori had wanted them, Hibari would gladly buy her 10 or 20 bagel sandwiches. And that would be way too much for Kotori to eat. So why don't we go look around the shops? Okay. Over the years, the variety of shops in Wendy's has changed, but there are still some plenty of fashionable clothing and accessory shops. We stare at the mannequins dressed in the latest fashions as we walked by. They all looked really expensive, but I liked to imagine Kotori wearing the outfits and me telling her how good she looked. That would look really good on you, don't you think, Kotori? And I wonder if it's something that's so cute that it would make Hibari fawn all over Kotori. Like, well, Shino from Kernel Blossom. Okay, so how about this one? That looks too practical or too ordinary. Kotori had always worn a skirt because her legs could not move. I pointed out a patterned t-shirt and ripped denim jeans. It is a pretty rough style, but it also seems fashionable. It is a refreshing look, and I think you would look good in it. Kotori had great looks, so pants would really look good on her. Kotori stares intently at the shop window. She is able to stand and walk now, but it did seem like she had trouble with stiff denim pants or jeans. Do you want to try them on? So pass. Kotori walks past the shop. Well, later when we seen basically all the shops on this floor. So what's going on? Oh, so it seems that nothing catches your eye. So what does Kotori want? I didn't see anything that would look better than the dress you are wearing now. Wait, this? Kotori nods and looks at the reflection of herself in her sky blue dress in the window. Well, it's been a long time since you wore it. Yeah, I guess we haven't really had a date in a while. And I felt bad for being such a terrible boyfriend. But still, it really looks good on you. The blue, like a cloudless sky, fits Kotori perfectly. I bought the dress for her back when we first got together, but she still saved it for special occasions. And I think that was in Kotori's route in the original title. And it took a lot of effort for Aoi to get Kotori to try it on. So Kotori was embarrassed, and I think the shop clerk was grinning at, I see a little struggle between a couple. And she was kind of encouraging Kotori to try it on. And Kotori was also in a wheelchair, and the clerk was like, well, if you need help, I can help you get dressed. She looks really serious. Well, honestly, if she was sitting, you would not get to see this one-piece silhouette, so I could see what she means. But that was not why it suited her so well. You think? Well, I think it's because the one modeling it looks good. Kotori is beautiful as always today. Anyways, since we're here, why not try on something if there's anything you like? So Kotori hasn't found something yet, and Kotori's eyes suddenly glittered. She suddenly had the eyes of a hunter with its prey in sight. Well, if it looks good on you. I had in fact assembled a war chest just for this purpose. So if Kotori does buy something expensive, I will have enough money to buy it. Kotori turns around to retrace our route, suddenly full of enthusiasm. We went to several shops trying on outfits, and I bought her one top and one bottom. And I wonder how much it cost at the end. Secret. I hope you do. We ended up buying the ripped jeans and matching faux punk skull pattern t-shirt I spotted earlier. Trying on clothes was not easy for her, so I helped out, and all of them looked really good on her. So everyone's going to go nuts when they see you in this. Well, I think it might make Kotori look different and not in a good way. You look like the perfect little princess character, so people make assumptions, you know. Well, I'm pretty sure those outfit does not make Kotori look like a princess. The gap between people's image of her and how she looks in those clothes would give anyone a shock. Hey, so what's with that comment? Of course, her mom and dad might be a little confused by their daughter's new look. I bet her old man would think she'd fallen with a bad crowd. Okay. It's like another all-new Kotori. So what else is wrong? So despite Kotori getting something new, she's still down, and the music stops. So let's see what happens. I thought she'd be happy, but suddenly her face darkens and she clutches the shopping bag to her chest. So what's wrong? So it's just... Okay. Well, don't worry about it. I mean, I like to see you looking cute. I couldn't see what is wrong with taking my beautiful girlfriend out on a date and enjoying the stares people are giving us. Well, also for the... I told you, it was all you. I didn't want to fight with you at all. But it was a fight still. Kotori protests angrily. I figure I concede the point and just move on. Especially now, I said I was not trying to argue with you. Hey, so be quiet. She glares at me. Okay, so I'll listen. I'm split between finding her adorable and stubborn. So what did Kotori have to say earlier? Okay. Kotori comes close to me and grabs my hand. it is hard to tell if she is being sincere or just obstinate. I could not help thinking. So no matter what, my girlfriend is so cute. Being with Kotori is full of all kinds of ups and downs, but the reason we stay together is simple. I love her. I love her just as much as the day we had met. So, does this mean that we've made up? Well, if that's what you want to say. Kotori looks up at me anxiously. I thought for a moment with those teary eyes looking up at me. While I'm thinking, Kotori's tears started to flow. Hey, don't cry. That's not why I am silent. No, not at all. I try to keep a serious face as proof of my feelings. I think I should apologize too. Well, I'm really sorry about the stuff with work. I know I promised to go with you. No, well, stop. Yesterday, I went to look for you at the hangar. And this time, it was my turn to hide my face. Wait, huh? And I heard you talking to Isuka. Uh-oh. And I'm sure it is embarrassing about what happened at the hangar or the dock. For a moment, Kotori looks utterly stunned. Then I could actually see her turning red. Wait, so you heard everything that I was talking about with Isuka, right? And then she starts trembling. Her embarrassed expression grows hard. Uh-oh. Kotori squeezes my hand with all her strength. No, not obviously from love, more to keep me from escaping, I think. As a side note, Kotori has spent years pushing herself in her wheelchair. She had considerable hand strength. And then she pinned down her target. She raises her cane back to get a full swing. Oh, wait, don't hit me with that. You'll do some serious damage. Her eyes are serious when she says that. This is no joke. This is just how much she did not want me to know. Well, I'm really sorry. It was an act of God. Well, there's something I want to show you, and then So, how much do you hear? I'm sure it was the whole thing. Okay, so about how you didn't have a dream, how Ageha and I did that, and you didn't want to be left behind. So, pretty much everything. Wait. So, remember where you are. And if you swing your cane like that, you'll make yourself look really bad in front of the public. This is one of Japan's leading fashion malls, Wendy's. I somehow got Kotori to stop brandishing her cane wildly. People passing by looked at us like we are having a simple lovers spat, unaware they are about to become witnesses to a homicide. So, what do you want out of all that talk? So, are you trying to make fun of me? Venom dripped from every word. This hurts more than her cane ever could. I didn't know how worried you were. I'm sorry, I did not realize. I had been convinced she is just sad because everyone is leaving after graduation. Well, I'm sure everyone is sad, and could have realized more. Even though I see her face looking so passionately at the sky time and again. Kotori's face went redder, and she looked away from me. It is the face of pure embarrassment.
別にイスカさんに話聞いてもらってすっきりしたからもういい。
Kotori lets go of my hand, but it is my turn to take hers and keep her from leaving. If I let go, I have a feeling I will lose something forever. Well, I think you are misunderstanding everything or something.
誤解？何？
What? So what am I misunderstanding? I took a deep breath. Listen, what I'm about to tell you is something I never ever want you to know. So it's like what you told Isuka, just so that you know, I really don't want to talk about this. So what is it?
言いなさい。
Okay, spit it out. Kotori's eyes are gleaming. She is clearly ready to make good on her threat of death by blunt object. I took another breath, opened my mouth, and started to talk. Here we go. Well, to be honest, I'm terrified. I'm not sure if I can actually chase after my dream.
いきなり何？
After graduation, you seem to think that I'm going to have it easy. Well, I don't think that's the case. It's not Aoi having it easy. Kotori looks genuinely confused.
どうして？やりたいことがはっきりしてるんだから、そこに向かってまっすぐ進めばいいじゃない。
But you already found your dream. Okay? I couldn't hold back the sigh.
何よそのため息。もしかしてバカにされてる？
You won't be there.
Huh?
You won't be there when I'm working. Why?
当たり前じゃないそんなの。
Well, of course not. Her mocking tone sets my nerves on edge. Do you remember how it felt when we all worked towards writing the Morning Glory together?
もちろんよ。
Yes. And back then you were the only one with your sights dead set on the sky. Most people just keep putting one foot in front of the other and eventually they look up to find their goal in reach. But you're different. You just took off and you never looked or took your eyes off the clouds. Kotori is always the one aiming for the very top.
それってさ、私がバカなだけじゃないの？そそかしい性格なの、よく知ってるでしょ？
Kotori says it like she did not want to believe it herself. Well, maybe a little. But still. But most people never set their sights on truly big goals. If they do, they end up getting blinded by the intensity of it. So it's too much. We usually think of dreams as goals you cannot actually achieve. For those of us in the garage, flying the Morning Glory is truly, well, was that a dream?
でも、あの頃みんな同じ気持ちで頑張ってたじゃない。
Because it was you.
わかんない。
The only reason all of us could stay focused was because you were there, staring straight at the goal. So you were trying to steer us towards the ultimate goal, which is to fly to Morning Glory. Kotori's expression grew perplexed, as if everything she ever known is wrong. The only word for it is astonishment.
でも私もみんながいなきゃ無理だったし。
Yeah, well, if any one of us had not been there, it would not have worked. We had built those wings together. I'm sure Ayaha would say the same thing, but if you had not been there, we would not have been fine just test flying the wings we've made. That alone would have been a pretty big deal for students to achieve.
だってモーニンググローリーの写真見たでしょ。あれだって OB の人たちが実際に飛んで撮影してきたのに。
While I'm sure going to the actual Morning Glory is far better than looking at a picture taken by an old member, and that picture was actually in Sapphire, so it's not that clear. Yeah, it was amazing to think about what people did before us. Well, that's true too.
ありえない。
You could tell that she could not accept what I said. That was the kind of girl Kotori Habane is. She honestly thought it is natural to have an unwavering focus on a single goal. In some ways, this was her weakness as well. So Isuka said the same thing, didn't she? The only people who could get there are the people who believe in their dreams and chase them. Anyone can have a dream, but to actually believe enough to chase it is hard. So, to be honest, you are the one who led us there. You led us to the passage of clouds. So, don't think what you did is nothing special. So, you were kind of the leader or the beacon of hope or light. Kotori stood there, her mouth half open, looking utterly stunned. She still couldn't believe what I had said. I turned to face her. I'm not sure I can chase down my dream without you there by my side, so I still want you to help me. I wanted to keep my worries a secret from Kotori, just like she wanted to keep the talk she had with Isuka a secret. But that is exactly why I had to tell her to keep us even.
だったらやっぱり一緒に大学行けばいいじゃない。
So, I feel that this is the reason why we should both go to the university. But don't you see? So that's no good. So this is my dream. And
それに
no, never mind. This is not the time for that conversation. Kotori looks in wonder at me blushing and stuttering. It's just how much I love you. Well, I think this is a way to brush off all the emotions and trying to change the subject. I stood up straight, wondering how she would take this. Well, honestly, I would not be surprised if Kotori does not believe me now. But instead, she just hung her head.
でも私にはその夢さえないんだもん。
So it feels like your future dream does not have me in it, right? And that's a problem, isn't it? So is that what you're worried about? Dreams are supposed to be just about a job that you want to do. That's what a lot of people seem to think.
違うの？
Wait, they aren't? Of course not. If that was true, then it would mean most adults don't have any dreams at all. Well, that is a big problem though, and there is a saying that only 30% of the people are actually happy with their job, and the other 70%, they're only there for the money. Well, and it's like, well, this is what I can do, and I'm gonna stick with it, even though it's not the dream and they're not happy with it. And employee satisfaction goes down because of that. Well, what a sad world that would be. Well, unfortunately, that's true in the real world. People work so they can use the rest of their time to chase after their dreams. For my father, work is work, but his real passion is photography. And when he transferred to the countryside, he was still happy because the fall leaves are so beautiful.
そうなんだ。そんなこと考えたことなかった。
I imagine one reason she thought like that is her disability. Kotori had an incredible obsession with independence that she is not even aware of. She is way fixated on living life on her own without any help at all. So when she saw Agaha and I choosing paths that would make us more independent, she felt somehow inferior. So what is it that you really want to do?
やりたいこと。
So what is your real, true dream? Kotori is lost in thought. It almost irritates me seeing her like this. Of course, she did have something. So there's got to be a lot of dreams and ideas and passions that you want. I took the envelope out of my pocket. So I wanted to show you this after we got back home.
何これ?
So what is it? Okay, so this is the withdrawal letter that Kotori had in the very beginning. So this was when Kotori wanted to leave Keifu Academy because it did not fit her very well. And after the little accident, so that was with Hat. Oh, so Kotori was eating ice cream and Aoi snuck up on Kotori, even though Kotori had Hat guard her from Aoi. And after the little fight argument, she loses the withdrawal letter and Aoi kept it and hid it from Kotori for pretty much all of the first original title.
私が書いた退学届、まだ持ってたんだ。
So you still had this? I forgot about it too. It was stuck in the back of my desk drawer. So after Kotori found a reason to stay at Keifu Academy, so the glider and Morning Glory, she's like, well, you can keep it, so I'm going to stay here. I'm going to make this dream happen. And I'm pretty sure everyone forgot about it after all the magnificent achievements that they'd done with the glider. So bringing the Soaring Club up to life. And after the Morning Glory, the Soaring Club gained national attention. I found it when I was checking to make sure I had not forgotten anything after the move. She stood frowning in front of the envelope like she suddenly leapt back in time. Do you remember when you wrote this? Obviously. Kotori nods, though it looks like she did not really want to think about it.
やりたいこともなくて、友達も一人もいなくて、学校を辞めて東京の家に帰ろうとしてた。今とそう違わないかも。
Well, I'm sure at least Kotori does have more people that she could be with versus being all reclusive and all alone in the very beginning. So that was when I met you in the beginning. Kotori nods. It almost seems nostalgic. But even back then, there was something you wanted to do, wasn't there? So you read Isuka's notebook and wanted to fly in a glider. Remember? Yes. But when you decided you could not do it, you just ignored your feelings and decided to quit school. I couldn't write anymore, so I ran off back home. I sensed some kind of connection and I start to fall for you. And I being a bit meddlesome in Kotori's business, but that had been our start.
あの時、 葵に止められなかったらきっととっくの昔に学校を辞めて家に帰ってたね。
But I wonder if Kotori did go home back to Tokyo, will she find something else that also will fuel her passion and dream? So look at where you were then and where you are now. Don't you think you've come a long way?
前に
Well, I'm sure that is an obvious yes. Back then, you had all these suppressed desires and you made them come true one by one. So you made the glider and flew it. And the morning glory. So she made friends, revived the club, and after it had been dissolved, and of course, the morning glory. She also managed to pet the scary neighborhood dog, cleared the super hard video game, and made her mother's croquettes. And not to mention, she's able to stand on her own two legs again. So isn't the fact that we are standing here holding hands on a date a proof of all that? So your achievements? I raised our entwined hands so she could see me. When she'd gone to America for surgery, she told me,
怖いけど頑張ってくるね。私やっぱり葵と手をつないでデートしたいから。
Kotori stares at our hands like this. And then she looks down at our feet standing from the ground.
これ書いた頃の私にこんな未来像を語ってもきっと信じないわね。
And if you told Asa, Harumi, and the others what you were like back then, they'd never believe you either. I said jokingly, and it made her giggle.
夜はだと思ったって言いそうだけど。
I let go of her hand and put the envelope in it. So this is yours. You haven't changed. Not really. You've just kept going. Life is more important than just finding the work that you want to do. Running away is no reason to go to a university, isn't it? Kotori stares vacantly at the withdrawal letter, proof that she once tried to run away.
システム工学の勉強は私がやっと見つけた自信を持ってできることだから。
So the reason I did systems engineering is because I think I can handle that. It might not be a dream, but life is not that simple. It is one step towards a future Kotori could make through hard work. And think about those old guys in the movie we watched. They kept chasing a dream and even after they retired from work.
あんな風になっちゃっていいのかな。
The old folks in the movie had their problems, but there is something appealing about that. And when things seem to calm down, the problem is that... So I'm not sure who's hungry, Kotori or Aoi. Stomach growl ruins the mood, not mine but Kotori's. Oh, so Kotori is hungry.
あう、お腹すいた。
Well, dreams won't fill your belly, so we have to eat.
やだ、そんな結論。
I know! Kotori says, clearly upset that our important conversation had been superseded by mere physicality. And yet, physicality could or would not wait.
真面目な話してるときに。
We hadn't really finished yet either. We can keep talking after lunch. Okay. She took my hand in hers. So back to walking. So what do you want to eat?
なんでもいいか かな。
So anything. Anything is fine is the worst possible answer. So come on, make up your mind.
お昼は何でもいい。その代わり後であそこ行きたい。
So you decide and you take me there.
カフェフラックス。
So how about cafe flags? Kotori's eyes sparkle. They had incredibly good millefeuilles there. Okay then, so how about lunch over here then?
太陽圏？
Wait. I heard they got a brothless ramen called abura soba. That's all the rage.
へえ、食べてみたい。
Okay then. We walk on slowly at our own place. Oh, so pace. People overtook us from behind, but Kotori walks proudly, holding my hand.
ありがとう、葵。
Huh?
いつも私のこと分かっててくれて、葵が見てくれてるから、私はいつもまっすぐでいられるよ。
Kotori says, embarrassed. Yes.
やっぱり王子様だ。
Kotori says under her breath happily. She probably thought I could not hear, but I did hear her. And the tension left my face. It is time to start our date again. So what's going on now? So the date is over. It's now afternoon. We are walking home hand in hand downhill. The sky is painted a brilliant orange. So are you okay? Tired?
ちょっとくたびれたかな。
Yeah, I'm kind of beat. Kotori has spent the whole day walking without using her wheelchair once, so it is tiring for Kotori. We've taken a break, of course, but for Kotori, it is still quite hard. I pulled Kotori over and set her on the guardrail.
よいしょ。
Kotori sighs as she settled into a more comfortable position, so she's sitting on the guardrail.
今日は楽しかった。ケーキ美味しかったし、服も買ってもらっちゃった。久しぶりにデートを堪能いたしました。
Kotori squeezes up next to me. We are sweaty, but it didn't matter. I pet her hair and answered. Well, we won't be able to meet any old time after this. Once I'm done as a dorm mother, we would not be seeing each other every day. Our chances to spend a whole day together would dwindle.
しばらく部活もないもんね。
And plus, the club is on hiatus. Kotori seems slightly sad. We could not fly without a supervisor or advisor, and there is not much else we could do. And but we wanted to do something just for the underclassmen. I wish we could keep doing something just for
あの子たちの空に憧れる気持ち、ダメにしたくない。
Kotori looks up at the sky. Clouds are floating by, color orange and indigo and everything else in between. I could not help smiling seeing her like this.
何？
So what's wrong? Well, I'm just thinking, you really are yourself when you are looking at the sky. And you really do love the sky.
またそれ言う。グライダー乗りが空に恋してなくて、一体何に恋するってのよ。
Hey, don't make it embarrassing for me. Kotori complains. Of course, she is right, but it is the kind of thing most people would admit. So, does it feel distant still? I guess. So, it does still feel distant for me. Kotori spreads her hand and reaches upward.
すごく遠い。こうして見上げてると足がすくみそうになる。
I look up with her. It is so far and high, it is overwhelming. Kotori lowers her hand and put it on her chest.
でもね、うずうずする気持ちがここにあるの。イスカさんの話を聞いてからずっと。
But you know, Isuka did inspire me somehow. Is that part of your dream?
わからない。
It could very well be a premonition of something changing.
見つけないと。私の答え。
So Kotori whispers to no one in particular. She looks straight up. Her profile looks hopeful, but somehow makes me feel sad. I gripped Kotori's hand and stood up as if to drive the sadness away. Okay, so it's time, so let's go home.
我が家へ。
Okay. And we went back hand in hand to the place I could only call home for just a little longer. So it won't be my home after I move out. It is a few days into summer break. Okay, so this is a perfect place to stop for this episode, and we will see what Kotori will eventually decide on. This is what my dream is, and this is what I want to do. So, Kotori did make many breakthroughs, especially in her own character route and the common route for the original Ivahara Wings. But it's like, well, now that I'm here, what else can I do? And I do feel that Kotori being able to walk again did open up many possibilities. But it's more like, well, what can I do that will make me happy? And I wonder if she still feels that Aoi is abandoning her because he does not want to go to the university with Kotori. And I don't feel that Kotori does want to do systems engineering in the first place. So, anyways, let's see how all this comes out next time. And with that in mind, I'll see you later.